Hi friends, it's Yana here today, and today I'm not bringing you a hack or a sew per se. I am bringing you a tool. So I got this new cutting tool and I'm super excited about it, so obviously I wanted to share it with you all. So let me show you what it is and tell you what it does so you can check it out. Alright, so if you're sewing, you need a cutting tool, and there's all kinds of cutting tools. You can use scissors, you can use rotary cutters, but scissors are hard to use because it's that little motion, it just gets a little annoying and it's not as precise, so I don't usually like using scissors. Rotary cutters are hard to pronounce for me. No, I'm just kidding. Rotary cutters, even though it is hard to pronounce. Rotary cutters are great, but they get dull quickly and then you're just kind of pressing on it really hard and they can be kind of sharp and I end up cutting myself quite often. But they're good too, so if you like rotary cutters, that's good. But I was looking to see what other cutting systems there were, and I found this cordless electric scissors. So I had seen other people use these and I thought, I want to give them a try. So I got a pair, and let me tell you, I actually love them. So let me show you how they work. All right, so these are cordless electric scissors. I got them from Pink. They're Pink Power. They're 3.6 volt lithium ion. It's a battery, a rechargeable battery that goes here at the bottom. I got these from Amazon, and I'll add a link below. They're great for cardboard, leather, plastic, metal, fabric, paper, and more. So they cut all kinds of things. Obviously, I'm just using them for fabric. In the box, I got like the little information kit and all that stuff. I got a little stand to charge my battery. Here's a little cord with the battery charge, and I've got already there's a head on it, but I got an extra one on here, and I'm assuming that if it gets dull, I can change it and then get more if I need to, if it gets worn out. But this is the tool. Here's where the charger, this is where the battery goes. You can take that off and charge it if you need to. Now, I have not even had to charge it yet. I got it, I've used it a few times, quite a few times, and I still haven't had to charge it. It's still going strong. So here is, you can lock it on this little thing right here. The actual thing itself, it's made out of plastic. But then you have these little grippy areas right here that are like more of a nice grip, so you can hold on nicer. Down here is like a, it's plastic, but it's like not like slippery. Oops. And then right here is where you just heard it. This is where you start the cutting. So you can do a easy release, or you can lock it in place. You push it down and then unlock it. If you just want to go, or if you want to just do little by little, you can just push it softly. Okay. The one thing about it, oh, here's the blades. The blades, they're a little dusty because I've used them. So the cutting goes inside there, so don't stick your hand in there. And your fabric feeds right through that gap right there. Now, the upside is that it cuts really, really smoothly. Let me show you. I got some fabric here, and I'm going to try to go through the lines and cut. Cuts really smooth. Okay, so that's the really nice thing, but there's two downsides to it. First of all is the fact that literally if I miss, if I'm going straight and somehow hit something or whatever, it's going to cut whatever I bump into. So you have to be very, very careful with what you're cutting. The one good thing is that it's got that release, so if you're going and you, oh, it's not gonna cut now. I stopped, okay? So you can just do a little bit at a time. If you're having a hard time and you're worried about it you know, not going straight. So that's good. Also, the fact that it's more of a scissor than anything else because it's got this bottom piece right here. So when I'm gonna cut, I actually have to lift my fabric so it will go underneath my fabric because this piece has to go under so that the fabric can feed right here through the middle gap, which is fine, but that means that when you have magnets, or I mean weights, you have to put them away from the fabric. If you put them too close, this little knot is going to hit it and it's gonna make you bump it sideways, so be careful with that. So anyway, it's really nice for a smooth cut. Look at that. What I love about this is that I don't have to do the motion of the cutting. So a lot of times my hands get a little sore from cutting so much. It's just so tight. And I know that people suffer with arthritis and other things like that. So this is really helpful and nice for that. It's not super heavy, so it's not like you're going to be having to hold this weight for a long time. And then unlike the rotary cutter, you don't have to put pressure on it as you're cutting down. So that's really, really helpful for that shoulder pain. Sometimes I do get that shoulder pain. I don't know if everybody else that cuts, that sews, gets that, but this is very helpful for that as well. The couple things I don't like, I just mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned it already. It's a little loud, and it does still have that vibration feel. So your hand, you can feel the vibration in your hand, but you know, that's normal to do with something that has a little motor in it. So it is very, very easy to carry. It's very light. Locks in place if you needed to lock in place, because you don't want to, probably shouldn't be talking while that's going. It locks in place if you really needed to lock in place, if you don't, you know, maybe you're struggling with your finger to hold it down. So that's another great thing, being able to lock it in place and be able to cut. Now, to change the battery, they has this little squishy things here in the back. You just squish them down and pull it, and then you can go ahead and plug it in and charge it, and then just slip it back on when you're ready to go. It is very, very easy to use, and I haven't had any issues with it. I have used it in different fabrics. This is cotton. This is French terry, sorry, not cotton, French terry rayon, and it cuts really well on that. And I've also used it on some non-stretch, and it cuts perfect on that too. And the thicker fabrics, I've used it on thicker fabrics as well. I'm gonna add them up and see. I'm gonna put about, this is 6 layers of fabric. The only problem is having with those 6 layers of fabric is that they're flimsy, so they want to all come down. So let me try it again. Over here, on this side, because I want to show you. I want you to see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm actually going to hold it down. That way it doesn't move on me as I'm trying to cut it. We're gonna go this way. See that? It cuts all those layers easily. The only problem it has, you have to hold them down, which I didn't on that second time. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of French terry rayon, and it cuts really easily. So you can use thicker things, and as long as it fits through that little blade, it's gonna cut it. Well, I hope this little show was informative for you. I know that I'm always looking for tools that are gonna make my sewing process easier, and I found this one and I actually really, really enjoyed it. So I figured I'd show it to you all if it's something that you're interested in or do you want to get. Another thing is probably a learning curve. Like I said, I already mentioned this, I want to mention it again, because it cuts so smooth and fast. You need to be really careful that you don't cut your fabric. If your hand shakes a lot, you might go a little bit slower and stuff like that. And so that's the only thing that I would say might be a drawback, that you might be a little bit worried about cutting your pattern. But again, I would probably get it because its pluses are outweigh the negatives. So I would probably get it and then just probably practice. I'd probably grab some fabric like this that's got straight lines or wiggly lines and practice cutting it on scrap fabric, and then use it on my actual fabric once I get more comfortable with the tool, once I've used it a few times. But other than that, it's a great tool. I love it. It's not super expensive, and it helps a lot to ease the cutting process. Anyway, I hope this little review was helpful for you. Let me know below if you use this tool already and if you love it, or if there's any tricks and tips that you want to give out to others that are starting the process of learning how to use it. Like I said, the link will be added below, so you can go grab your one if you want to, and please comment, like, share, subscribe if you haven't, so you never miss any of our tutorials or product reviews or hacks or any of our videos. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Get to sewing, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!